Scorpio, what's up? Hope all is going well. Welcome to my channel, Wing Spiritual Clarity. My name's Wendy Wing. Welcome to your monthly reading, Scorpio. This is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Cross watchers are welcome. This is a general reading. Interesting. So take what resonates and leave the rest. If you'd like a personal reading, there's a link in the description box below. It takes you right to my book online page. Thank you so much for interacting with this video so I can grow this channel. Let's get to your reading, Scorpio. For the month of June 2024, the overall energy is Judgment in reverse. This is a lack of awakening, a lack of failure to launch is what I just heard. It feels like someone's stuck. There's this unable to transform from an old way of being to a new way of being. Wow. Okay. So we're looking at that type of energy in this reading for the month of June for Scorpio. Okay. It looks like this is talking about a relationship that can't transform. It feels like this could very well be a marriage that we're talking about. There's definitely some kind of contractual agreement here. It feels like this relationship won't transform, won't evolve. So by staying in it, because you feel like you are contractually obligated for some reason, like it's a marriage, so you can't transform and change. It feels like this person is very good at telling you what you want to hear, emotionally manipulating you. And it looks like you're done. It looks like this isn't enough. It feels like you're recognizing that what they say doesn't match with their actions. Oh, okay, there might be a third party involved in this. And it feels like the person you are in a relationship with is very mentally abusive, mentally manipulative. Boy, they're so wounded themselves and lack an ability to change and transform, and they want to stop you. There's so much betrayal here. This didn't just happen overnight. This feels like maybe you've tolerated, you've gotten used to, or you thought it was somehow your lot to be invalidated, to be betrayed, to be hurt, to not be listened to not be cared for. This is a very painful relationship. And it's not for a lack of effort that it didn't transform, but it feels like it's very difficult in this relationship for you to go within and find your own answers, because this person feels like they're a bit of a know-it-all, and they enjoy invalidating and wounding you, hurting you, and this is weaponized communication. Wow. Oof. This is someone who really has never learned how to process their woundedness and their losses. And they need someone around them who they can punish, who they can wound. someone who doesn't deserve this, but someone who tolerates this. That's how they were raised. This is the home. This is how unconsciously, even if it isn't a conscious agreement in the family of origin, this is the closest partner is who you torture. You pull them close and you poured your woundedness on them until they are completely used up. And wow, that's just oof. I don't feel like I'm telling you something new with the Nine of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. It feels like you are a very wounded warrior. You're like, yeah, this is a incredibly difficult situation to be in. I don't think you want to move with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. I think you realize there's nothing for you here. There's no new energy. There's nothing new coming in. If you stay in that energy, you will just be repeating like a Groundhog's Day. Wow. Scorpio. The hidden blessing at this time is the Queen of Cups in reverse. Interesting. This is this is a wounded feminine energy. It doesn't feel like your energy. It could be. It feels like this feminine energy is very reckless because they're in their emotions. They're overwhelmed by their emotions. Nobody wants to work with this person. Wow. No one wants to work with this person. And then there's you. Okay. All right. So there's a hidden blessing. I get the feeling that the first feminine energy, the Queen of Cups in reverse that I've been tuning into, this is someone who plays a lot of victim and martyr type of cards. You know what I mean? Like they're never responsible for what they've done. This person is cruel because they are not in their heart. It feels like this person, whoever they are, it does feel feminine, gender even. And it feels like this person doesn't want people to work with you. They want you to be alone. They want you to be isolated. Because if that happens, then it validates their beliefs about you. Wow. Wow. You've got this energy of truth about you. You're learning new ways of being. It feels like this is new for you to speak your truth, to be in the energy of truth no matter what. I feel like this person is trying to emulate you, very loving, very caring. Oh my gosh, I'm just, oh my God, the treatment that's that person. You actually are heart-centered. You are focusing on yourself and what your heart's desires are. It feels like right now you have learned how to fill your own cup, to love yourself in a very profound way. And there's something around your emotions and how you make people feel that is very beautiful. And it feels like you're focusing on your heart's desire. You're focusing on what you're manifesting and nurturing into existence. A lot of divine feminine energy here. It just feels like you're focused on what you're creating for yourself right now. And very protective. You're showing yourself how to love yourself. And it doesn't even feel like whoever that was, it doesn't even feel like they can access your energy. I think the hidden blessings is it's getting very, very clear who really is this heart-centered, loving person by time and by how it feels like the person who's emulating this heart-centered person who's just had a tough time, and that somehow it feels like you're to blame for however their woundedness. And I think people are seeing that you are walking your walk. You have anchored in your energies. You don't have to just tell people, try to convince people who you are and what the story is. You're just like, let me walk my walk, talk the talk. I'm just going to create. I'm not going to argue about if you're seeing me correctly or not. I'm just going to show up and show off a little bit. Not egoic. This feels like you are just doing you. You are just following your own heart. You are loving you. You are showing up fully in the experience, and it's making all the difference. Wow. What you're leaving behind, Scorpio, in the month of June is the Page of Cups in reverse. You're leaving behind, feels like small people. You know, they just haven't matured. They feel like it's okay to say whatever they want to say to you. So it feels like in the past you had a lot of people around you who felt like it was okay. It was okay to talk to you any way they perceive is they want to. So there's a lack of care here. For a lack of care for you. It feels like small-minded people with small-minded remarks. It feels like people trying to trip people up. It feels like pettiness. It feels like, and that's all that you're leaving behind, because you've transformed your heart space and you're no longer accepting these types of communication. I think there's this realization like, I don't like how you communicate to me. It feels like you try to, and if they can't care about your feelings, if they don't care how you feel and what their words mean, then it feels like you're like, I've tried to get you to understand that your words hurt me, but you feel justified. So it feels like you're cutting people out. If they can't treat you right, it feels like you have incredible boundaries now, and you see your value, and so you're not just going to allow just anyone to come in. And because of some title they have, because of, they're a relative, because they're a boss, because it feels like people have used their position as a family member somehow entitled to tell you something, to kind of cut you off. Just because they can't perceive who you are and what you're going for. They want you to go back to being stuck. They want to, because they feel stuck, because they don't understand how to get out of what you're getting out of here, Scorpio. They don't know how to transform themselves. And you do. And something about you succeeding does not go with some people's worldview. And so it feels like they used to be able to get into your energy and kind of get you to distracted in your emotions, telling you can't do it in some kind of way. And in the past, I feel like they had various levels of success doing this, of stopping you. But you're leaving that behind. You're no longer that person. You're so focused on your heart's desire. Wow. Wow. All right, Scorpio, how to get the most of the month of June is the Four of Pentacles energy. Feels like you're in the month of June, you're really resolving some worries around your finances and stability. Feels like you are, in a very conscious way, finding your stability. And it's been very hard because of this breakup, because you've had to stand your ground and protect. It's hard to build a new timeline when you've got someone you have to protect yourself, when you've got to watch your six because no one else is watching it. You've got the higher ground here. It feels like you're making moves quietly because of this toxic person. Yeah, you're strategizing. You're making plans. You've got the world at your fingertips. There's something that you're very excited about. It looks like your passion is helping you create stability. It feels like you are leaving behind whatever this relationship or marriage that didn't work out. You're leaving that behind and you're moving towards your happily ever after. This was not your happily ever after. So it feels like once you heal and you realize that person was more about lessons. And now it feels like you're ready to go after whatever. It feels like you have something very specific in mind, something that you want to create for yourself, something that in this lifetime you want to create that would be very tangible, very 3D. And it feels like you're near the beginning of that journey towards that. Wow. All right, Scorpio, what's supporting you in the month of June is the Ten of Cups in reverse. I think realizing, so these are emotions, a lot of emotions that are coming up, uncomfortable emotions as well. And it feels like you are creating. You are Scorpio, you're very transformational. And so what's helping you, what's supporting you are these really uncomfortable emotions that you have laying around, that you've been carrying with you, that are unprocessed. And it looks like what you're doing in the month of June, Scorpio, is feeling those feelings that you've resisted feeling and owning the uncomfortableness of these emotions, allowing yourself to feel these feelings and owning them. And by owning these energies and these emotions and transmuting them into what you would prefer. So it looks like you have learned how to utilize energy and transform it into what you would prefer. So it's not a bad thing if you are feeling waves of uncomfortable emotions coming to the surface. Instead of repressing them or pushing them away, that's your gas. That's energy coming up so you can burn it, so you can transform it into what you would prefer. Energy is not created or destroyed. You have access to a lot of energy that's reserved in the energy of emotions, of uncomfortable emotions. Wow. So don't push those emotions away. Validate your experience. Like, of course I would feel wounded. Anybody who's gone through that experience would feel wounded and abandoned. And it hurts trusting someone who you thought was your ride or die, your closest person, to give and trust that person and not receive that back. It would wound anyone, would cause a great deal of turmoil. It's okay to feel this way, and it's okay to feel the resentment and the anger that you have. Those You're not a bad person for feeling these emotions. That is expected. And it feels like as you validate your experiences, like literally, I'm just holding space. I'm holding myself, and I'm kind of imagining holding a younger version of myself who had their experiences invalidated so much that they feel like they're going crazy. And so I'm just validating my own feelings. I'm allowing myself to feel my feelings. It feels like it's subtle, but it's very powerful. If you own whatever you own, you can change. If you reject it, resist it, it's not mine, it wasn't mine, that kind of, then you can't change. But if you're like, oh, all right, this really hurts, I'm owning it, I'm claiming this energy so I can transform it. Wow. All right, Scorpio. And then what to be mindful of in the month of June is the Two of Cups. Love, partnership. It feels like when you learn how to really love yourself, love all parts of yourself, then there's this alchemy. It feels like you are learning how to support yourself, higher chakras, lower chakras, as above, so below. You're learning from left to right. It feels like you're learning a lot about alignment. So learning about your feminine energy, how to support and be in your feminine energy, and how to utilize your masculine energy. Any messages around what to be mindful of? Well, it does look like this loving and balancing yourself is creating an opportunity. You're looking attractive. That's what I'm trying to say. You're looking very attractive because you love yourself, because there's not so much of this inner conflict. It's like you're loving more parts of yourself fully, and so others are also feeling that same way about you. You have a very healing quality about you. There's someone showing up that you've asked for this person as a part of your healing. Someone who makes you so very, very happy. Soul fulfilling. It feels like this is what you've been waiting for. Interesting. Okay. That's very beautiful. Okay, so it looks like you by you focusing in the middle of this reading, when I was talking about you walking this new path with your new truth, learning a new way of being, focusing on your heart and what you're creating, focusing on your finances, focusing on what you're manifesting into this reality. And it feels like there's this loving yourself and being more full and complete, and there's someone coming in that this is who you've asked for. They're very healing. Feels like it starts out with just some messages, and then there's this other energy. It feels like the person you are leaving behind, that you've had such woundedness and difficulty with, it looks like entering a period of financial difficulty. They're unable to work. Something is messing up around their work, their finances. I'm hearing everything's falling apart. They're unable to move. For some of you, sorry. For some of you, it feels like the law is catching up to this person. Something around work. It feels like they're getting caught red-handed at work. It's something that they've done, and they're pulling that. They're so sorry. They're so sorry that they got caught. So it's interesting. It feels like you're so focused on what you're doing and moving forward, and just so much beauty and luck happening. And it's just a different picture for the people that you're leaving behind. I think they're receiving some karma. All right, Scorpio, I'm going to go ahead and go over to Patreon and continue this reading looking at health, relationships, creativity, new opportunities, and career and finance. So join me over on Patreon. The link is in the description box below. I'll see you over there. Have a great month, Scorpio. Bye.